Haribo, Hare Krishna. So, Krishna, welcome. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Thanks for coming, everybody out there. All right, so let's Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hey, will you shut up there, Karuna? I'm chanting the full mantra. You know, am I chanting the full mantra or what? Is he just getting people on the mental platform?
Shut up, Karuna, and chant.
Am I? Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare. He's getting me on a mental platform. Am I chanting the full? I'm enjoying this so much. You know, my God. Spoil my happiness. I'm going to block you, I think. Block you. Block your mouth, man. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Spoil my paradise. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. I'm just about to have union with the Lord, and then all of a sudden this guy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. Stay out of my bedroom, man. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I'm gonna block your buttocks. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aren't I doing that? Hare, I don't know.
Let's chant. It was so nice.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, all right, on our level, there's no hard and fast rules, okay? No hard and fast rules. I can just chant Hare, Hare, Hare all day friggin' long, and it's okay, you know? This is all for when you're a Vaidhi Bhakta, you know? This is you gotta chant the mantra this way, that way, all kinds of ways. You can just chant Krishna, and it's a complete name. Krishna is Radha and Krishna. So, you know, shut up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Bozo. I think he was Bozo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I gotta think about it, all these things, and it's ridiculous. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. You know why I like Krishna? He's never boring. Everybody's getting bored with what they're doing. You know, Sadhguru got bored with his intelligence. There you go, Tom. Sadhguru got bored giving his classes. He got bored answering every mundane question with some mundane answer. You know, people here are getting bored. You know, even the elites are getting bored. That's why they're doing all this stuff. They're just bored. You know, don't have enough money. They have enough money. What else do we do? Maybe control the whole world. Everybody's just bored. You know, except this. This is the only thing that's not boring. You notice? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It just gets more interesting every day. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Yeah, he doesn't have these daily surprises. Every day is a surprise party here. It's amazing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And people, just can't believe that. What is this chanting? How can that be? Well, it's mystic potency of God. He's that way. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, Sadhguru, he gives up his audience and his knowledge. He's a good example. He's only one of so many. He gives up his knowledge. Well, he goes out, he gets a motorcycle, and he just leaves everybody. See, you think you have a big family. He has all these thousands and thousands of followers, right? They come in big audience, big football thing. But he has no friggin' friends. Doesn't even care. They think it's all false. They only care about his knowledge, but he doesn't care about it because it's boring. This is like I told you, it's like exactly like King Solomon, who had this boon that he could be the most knowledgeable person in the world. But it led to futility. It was futile. He was unhappy in heart. Hiranyakashipu, he conquered the whole world, no, whole universe, and he was still unhappy and unfulfilled. Okay? Because this is where people are eliminating, not this, not this, not this. It could take you so many millions of lifetimes to eliminate all that stuff. Anyway, if one is fortunate, they meet the devotees and they get this mantra and find perfect fulfillment. They find home, they find a family that they never leave. Yeah, no spirit involved. Yeah, it's all the in the modes of nature, even mundane knowledge, not satisfying. So anyway, Lord came here to help us make that discernment. That's why this is the greatest treasure is this chanting. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yeah. Chanting and associating. Chanting, we're just associating with the liberated personalities. Radha and Krishna, and the devotees chanting their names, their pastimes, their qualities. Um, this is where, this is true fulfillment. This is what everyone is looking for, is that eternal family. If you don't find it, you'll eventually eliminate this and that, and just go on to something else. That was everyone's way. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kanda chapter 25. Madhya Kanda. All glories to Sri Gaur Sundar, the Lord of the entire universe. All glories to Lord Gaur Sundar, the Lord of the entire universe. He is the crown jewel of the Brahmins. He's the perfect renunciate and the supreme amongst the Vedic personalities. He is the gem out of the womb of the blessed Mother Sachi. All glories to Lord Vishwambara and Nityananda, and all glories to their devotees and their associates. One attains the highest perfection of life by constantly hearing the narrations of Chaitanya's transcendental pastimes. One attains the highest perfection of life by constantly hearing the narrations of Chaitanya's pastimes. And of course, it doesn't mean you have to sit there with the book in your hand all the time. This is your path, it's your life and soul, and that happens naturally. If you associate with devotees who have attained this highest goal, this greatest treasure, automatically you get a taste for that treasure, and you see yourself and say, yes, very good. That's the witness program. See, very good. Oh yes, you're right, very good. Isn't that what they did with Jesus? Yes, Jesus, very good. I like your God. Your Father is amazing. That's what they did with Lord Chaitanya. That's what they do now. This is what you're doing. Yes, yes, go Haridas. Your friend is amazing. Your beloved there. Oh, he's amazing. You're right. See, it's passed on like that. Yeah, it's very different than anything. See, it saves people a lot of time too. If you don't meet somebody that has attained this highest goal, the highest perfection, then you have to go this place and this place and this place and this place. But if by chance or by good fortune or by destiny you meet somebody who's attained the highest treasure, the greatest perfection, and you associate with them for a while, you can very easily get it. Otherwise, you're going to go from this thing to that thing to another thing. To find out it's not there, it's not there. You can go from one end of the universe to the end at the other end, and it's nothing in there is completely fulfilling. You know why? Because the person who created it is not in here. Remember Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says, everything is in me, but I am not in them. Everything is in me, but I am not in them. The world is in me, but I'm not in it. Therefore, nobody will ever find fulfillment. We need to find our creator, and not just Brahma. Brahma will lead us to his Lord. He's a demigod. See, below God, we need the true God. And that's why Lord Chaitanya came and gave us this. This is the true God. See, this is where fulfillment begins. Okay? It begins there. Okay? And it never ends. You attain perfection, and it becomes more perfect and more perfect. You can't conceive of that. Usually you find completion and then, okay, you go somewhere else and do something else. I completed this task. And now let's go to another task and another task and another task. Okay? Never finding real fulfillment. Here, yes, I completed my one round or however many I did. And come back to it and becomes more complete, more fulfillment, more revelation, more understanding, more happiness. More transcendental communion with what else is there? Isn't that what you do with a partner? Well, we're going to commune together for the night. And then you come back to it. And eventually you get bored. It's become more trouble than it's worth. You notice that? Relationships? Sometimes they become more trouble than they're worth. Except this one, this one, it's never more trouble than it's worth. These topics of the Navadvip Lila are as recorded in the Majjhikanda, are like an ocean of nectar. The Lord was always engrossed in Sankirtan. Relishing the taste of his transcendental name. That was his example. That is our example, isn't it? Relishing the taste of the holy name. That's what it's all about. That's why if you can't set that example, what kind of example have you set about Hare Krishna movement? At least Prabhupada set the example. He loved chanting the holy name. In ecstasy, visibly. Relishing the taste of his transcendental name. That is the greatest fortune in the world, is to come to the point of taste. See, it means you've got that Bhakti Lata Bij. See? And that too will just increase forever. See? This is why people, they come and they watch the chanting sometimes. They don't have much association. They say, it's okay, and they go away. They don't stick with it. It's just like this guy in crypto. He's a very intelligent guy, and he sees people it's like this in every field. This is why you look at one field, you can learn all about the universe. You can learn all about Krishna consciousness, even in the world. You look at a song, you hear a song, You say, this is all about Krishna. This is all about the path. And you can explain it that way. I can take crypto. I can take a song. I can take a tree. This is what you get. You can take a mosquito, and you can you see it all in relationship to the absolute eternal truth, because it all is. Our vision is just being blocked by this Maya, dumbed down. He even says, even on the level, even in the crypto space, everybody's they go bonkers, man. They don't stick with anything. They go to this coin, that coin. They keep making hundreds and hundreds of coins. And everybody just, let's get this coin today and that coin today. And they lose all their money. Because, and he's teaching right. He basically says, you got to find something and you got to stick with it. And then it bears fruit. See, that's the Hare Krishna movement. Come here and stick with this for a while, and you'll see it'll bear a fruit that you can't get anywhere. It is the most rare fruit, and at least but if you anything you do, you got to put some time into it. See, some time into it. And you got to follow the process. You got to learn from the devotees here, learn their experiences. Yeah, like Krishna consciousness is it's not like trying to merge. That's another illusion, trying to merge with things, and you lose your identity. It's not like that. We're here to drink. Just like when I drink a glass of water here, see, there's the water and there's the drinker, and we're tasting, communing. Not, let me lose myself in the water. Let me see. No, and this is this Mayavadi misconception. No, I'm drinking. There's the water and the person drinking it. It's the same thing with Krishna. There's the chanter and what he's chanting. And drinking that nectar. So it's not about, let me just merge into this, and then you wonder why you're, all over the place, because you don't know who you are. You're a drinker, man. Drink the name. Drink from the devotees. But you're taking that into your cup. See? Don't get rid of the cup. Say, oh no, I just want to become you. It's like a little baby. They become their father and their mother. They identify, oh, I'm my father, I'm my mother. No, you're an individual. See? And that's what you learn. You learn how to drink Krishna. He's your life and soul. Well, because it gives you see, you're aware that the God, it gives you the life and the energy. Lord Krishna has a promise before to reciprocate with his devotees according to the way they worship him. Yeah. And if it makes you miserable, you're doing the wrong thing. Yeah. It's the wrong kind of reciprocation. You're not on the right, it's only a lesson. I like this way of reciprocating. Let me drink the Lord, man. That's the way he showed. He was drinking the name. It may become very ecstatic doing that. Alita knows who she is when she's tasting. She's drinking, she's tasting. Yeah. Being thus intoxicated, he exhibited all the symptoms of ecstasy, and so revealed his super mundane opulences. This is how these are his super mundane opulences, or these ecstasies. So these are these transcendental emotions. He revealed this to the world. Otherwise, what's being revealed to the world? Mundane emotions, mundane, everything material is being revealed in the world, and revealed again and again. Same old stuff. Because it's, that's the way things are. They're just But the Lord revealed something different. He revealed his transcendental opulences. That's his crying, laughing, choking up. That's the wealth of a devotee. This is why I look at people who, I don't care if you look like you're a big guru, you're nothing to me unless you have this. Don't tell me you're a rich person who has Krishna and Vrindavan and you don't have this transcendental ecstasy. This is Vrindavan. This ecstatic worship is Vrindavan. Otherwise, you're just a piece of straw to a devotee. You have nothing you can contribute to them. You can't add anything to them. None of these gurus, unless they're ecstatic devotees, they can't add even a drop to my life. Oh, but we can add to theirs if they, figure it out. They probably also have to just get bored with being a guru, and I think a lot of them do. You're just bored. You got all these people who think you're great, but you know who you are. You're just like them, an ordinary person. And you get tired of the show, tired of showbiz. That's all it is. You get tired of people like, it's such an illusion. After a while, you're like, look, they're looking at me like I'm something great, but I'm nothing great. It's inconclusive. That's why it doesn't work. It's not true. You're not great. But somebody might say, go hurry, but people do that with you. Well, there's a difference. See, conclusiveness. It's not that per se, I know who I am. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a part of that whole, and when people come here and they say, oh, Gohar, you're so great and everything, it means a success. It means this fool here is successfully bringing forth Krishna in this world, because that's the only happiness that's real for me. That's the only greatness that's real for me, and you're getting that? Oh, very good. That's honest. That's true. That's eternally true. And that's the source of the ecstasy. See, you notice Lalita, when she's praising her guru, tears come to her eyes, ecstatic love awakens and all that. That's conclusive. It's supposed to be that way. But these gurus, they can't awaken nothing in anybody because there's nothing in there awakened. What is the songbook is not enforced. That's why the people there that are singing that song, their followers every day, have no experience of what the songbook means. There's no meaning to it for them. Because from the Sri Guru, Charana Padma, from that guru, if they're real, ecstatic prema emanates. By their word, ignorance is destroyed. That's not happening. No ignorance is destroyed. They're inconclusive about Guru Tattva, and no emanation of ecstatic prema with the symptoms that we read in the book. The tears in the eyes, the real bliss, the ecstasy, choking, laughing, all these things from communing with the Lord shows that they've attained the highest perfection. That's Guru. Until you find that, you're still bewildered. You're still unclear. You're still inconclusive. And the devotees are the most intelligent, conclusive persons in the world, even though they consider themselves fools. Right? Because the Lord works through them, gives them all this, and they share it with the world. And whoever listens attains the highest perfection too. Who wouldn't want to attain the highest perfection? Come on, man. Can you tell that our experience is matching the experience of even Lord Caitanya? We have his grace here. It's just like it says, Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place. It's not a lie. It's not an exaggeration. It's true. Yeah. Who out there represents Lord Chaitanya's grace place, where the grace of this kind of ecstatic love is being distributed? Anywhere? Nowhere I've seen. It wasn't in the Rayam Raja's group. It wasn't in the Gaudiya Samiti. Yeah, or the same. It wasn't in ISKCON, and it wasn't in the Radhakund Babaji's. All I saw was big pride, being masked as humility. You know how do you mask that? That's why. Where do they think this word "wolf in sheep's clothing" came from? Where do you think it came? It came from religion. It came from Vaishnavas, like that. They're representatives of the wolves in sheep's clothing until you chant like you see here in this group. You're a wolf on some level in sheep's clothing. You're crafty. There's some kind of, wolves are crafty. How did you become a guru? Well, I don't think I should tell you that because, the whole world, they live in ignorance and darkness. Even in goodness, there's darkness there. Darkness, being blinded. You're blind. Blinded by what? Envy, jealousies, false ego, hatred. Demigods, they have hatred still. They hate demons. See, this name, this association, purify yourself of all hatred. You won't even hate demons. In fact, you'll try to include them. And like Nityananda, he wanted to include those demons, Jadai and Madai, in the family of Vaishnavas. And he did. Don't worry, we're going to get a few demons in here. I want to show the glories of my Lord's power here. Maybe a couple of those sannyasis too, those gurus. Let's get some of them in here. Let's show the glory that's here. Man. Come on, Lord, man. You convinced us. Start convincing some of these people out there. We're doing our part. You do your part now. What is this? Stop being a slacker, Lord. He's slacking. We're out here, Facebook every day, 25. This is community, man. We're out into the community. So come on, man. Show your power, man. Show that you're more attractive than anything else. Show us you're more attractive than hypocritically devout gurus. That don't have the ecstasy you're teaching. God, he's so blatantly teaching the truth here, and you can't be as more exposed than this. Hey, that's the thing. People, they need to hear it verbalized. He need to hear the book, chanted to them. Another reason why you need the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. See, until you're activated. And even then, if you get a chance to hear from devotees who are bringing forth this wonderful understanding, it's beautiful to hear. The sweet ambrosia of Krishna Prem led the devotees to act like madmen. The Lord, whose body is the object of even Lord Brahma's worship, was besmeared with dust from rolling upon the ground. The devotees satiated their vision by seeing the Lord submerged in an ocean of divine bliss. So, River, it's your turn to read a little bit. You want to read? Pick up where I left off.
First book in line.
Are you reading from the Caitanya Devotees
Backward.
Meetup?
Caitanya Bhagavat.
That's why he was holding the book up like this.
Well, I had my eyes closed, I didn't see. Chapter 25.
Yeah, Majjalila. And 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth paragraph.
Okay.
The sweet ambrosia.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Maharaj, for letting me read. All glories to your lotus feet. Thank you so much. The sweet ambrosia. The sweet ambrosia of Krishna praying led the Lord to act like a madman. The Lord, whose body is the object of even Lord Brahma's worship, was
See, this is what the Lord came here to do. The sweet ambrosia of Krishna praying caused the Lord to act like a madman. So when people watch River reading, they think this is madness. Some like it, and they come and they say, like a lot of people come, but some people misunderstand this as wrong or as bad. This is the result of the favor of Lord Chaitanya and the disciplic line bestowing this mercy to have this kind of transcendental madness. When this is relishing the words of God, the pastimes of the Lord. It's the greatest perfection. It's been given to her. So this is people need to learn this. They need to know this, that it's not bad, and that, oh really, this is the highest perfection? Yeah, it is. You see, this is, especially those who are worshiping Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna, there's no excuse. We're uncloaking. This is sinful that you don't want who you worship. It, don't aren't you coming to Krishna consciousness to get Krishna? Well, this is how you do it. You have to get the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic line who's really the real deal. See? And then this is what you get. This kind of transcendental madness, which is beautiful, wonderful, and the highest perfection of life. So Acharya Dev out there, prove me wrong. They can't, none of them. This is the highest perfection, and the greatest preaching is to be able to preach this and let people have some kind of contact with it, that, and whether they accept it or not, that is the greatest mercy. Now you're acting like Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya gave this whether people asked for it or not. And we're doing the same thing now. I got the order. That's his desire. Give this whether people ask for it or not. And the result is purification anyway, and we can handle it now. You see, I can have the knowledge of the book. I can explain these things logically, clearly, with sanity, so that we can insanely worship the Lord, because it's so insanely wonderful. Have you ever heard people even use that word? This is so insane, saying it's so wonderful. Where'd that word come from? Krishna. When you find something really insanely wonderful, it's like this. It's called prema bhakti, and that's what we've got here. That's the jewel in our hands. Prema bhakti. Yeah, that's the grace, man. Go ahead, Lily River. Sorry to interrupt. I'll probably do it again.
I don't know what this word is, was besmeared with dust from rolling upon the ground. The devotees, I don't know what that, cited, is it sated?
Satiated.
I don't know that word. The devotees satiated their vision by seeing the Lord submerged in an ocean of divine bliss. In the times when he emerged out of his blissful state of unconsciousness, he would sometimes sit surrounded by his associates, and at other times go to the Ganga to take a bath. On some occasions, after dancing for a long time, the Lord would sit with his devotees, who would give them a shower with Ganga water. One of the maidservants of Srivas Pandit, named Dukhi, would carry all the Ganga water for the Lord's bath, while the Lord was still engaged in dancing. She would watch the beautiful form of the Lord dancing in the high spiritual exaltation. and tears would well up in drops from her eyes, and then she would go out to bring more pots of Ganga water for his bath.
Yeah, you see, tears, this was Dookie. And so the Lord was observing her serving. See, so, and tears would well up in her eyes when she would see the Lord, in ecstasy. And so the Lord noticed that. And he said, and Dookie means unhappy. And then he said, don't call her Dookie anymore. She's attained happiness now because she attained pleasure at seeing the Lord. See, when you're chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, and you attain pleasure at seeing the Lord by hearing, that's when your unhappiness really goes. So by serving, see, this is by serving the devotees, by serving even by hearing, just by associating and hearing from them. That's great service because you'll come to the point where you'll get happiness seeing the Lord or hearing about the Lord. And there you go. Now you have your source of real happiness. So she was no more Dookie after this. They changed her name to Suki, happy. See? Happy in seeing the Transcendental Lord. Happy hearing the Transcendental Lord's name. See, you cannot fool Krishna. You can only fool neophytes. You can create some other checklist standard what a real guru is, but this is the real guru. They find happiness in chanting the name. They are empowered to speak to you. They're empowered to know things that other people don't know. See? Even the last night I was watching this sci-fi movie. It's very good, actually. It's called Halo. You may want to watch it. A little bit bloody, but it was good. A very stylish one. It was kind of like one of these stylish ones. Just came out, and so anyway, this guy had this artifact, and this artifact was special. It had power, great power. And he would touch it, and he energized it, and it got it started to light up and everything. And so anyway, he goes and visits somebody, but he didn't know what it did. He didn't know what it was. And and then the guy said, "I know somebody," and was kind of in this jail, for his own protection, and he knows about stuff like this. Nobody knows. So let's go to him. He'll tell you what this is all about because he went inside and he saw things. See, and the guy was kind of mad. He was like intelligently mad. Like sanely mad. It was interesting how they made that. It was like, wow, this is kind of like a semblance of how things work. And then he saw the object, says, "Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's that special thing." See, so you got to find people like that. They're called shamans in this world. Shamans. So a real spiritual master is like a shaman. Okay? They go inside the transcendental nature of God. They ascend into that consciousness. They see things. They hear things. They can describe things that nobody else can. That's the scriptures. That's why people don't understand the scriptures, because you have to be elevated into the higher consciousness. That's why you see it said there's the book Bhagavad and you need the devotee Bhagavad to explain the book Bhagavad. Otherwise, everybody's misunderstanding. See? Bhaktisiddhanta would blatantly tell the followers of Bhakti Vinod Thakur who didn't understand the writings of his father. He said, "You should hear these from me." But a lot of times they wouldn't. "Oh, no, we don't need, to do. Why should we? You're just a false ego guy. You think we should hear from you." Well, it was true. It was conclusive. He was a pure devotee. He was inside the inner nature of God. He knows things. He knows what's really in the book. You got to go to somebody like that goes inside. Okay? And they know things. But that's rare. That's why people are getting such great benefit. Look how fast people have attained the highest perfection here. Doesn't it show you it's a gift? All you have to do is stick with this, and when your faith develops, you'll overcome all your obstacles. Usually it's just doubt, or faith. You have some faith still in this other bullshit in the world, some other path, some Vaidhi thing. And that's a big one here. People coming from ISKCON, they have some faith in this Vaidhi bullshit thing. It's bullshit compared to this. I mean, it's okay to start with. That's why Prabhupada taught it. But when this is available, that's illusion. When this is available, that's illusion. Still, because it's still illusion. This is conclusive. That's just Varnashram Dharma is a management system to get you in kind of the mode of goodness and make everything kind of peaceful on a level of goodness. You get in you just get in your propensity. Don't do something against your propensity. You know what I mean? You just kind of harmonize with your propensity. What are your propensities? They're in the modes of nature. If you're a Kshatriya, you want to fight, right? If you're a Brahmin, you want to study the scriptures. You're intellectual. And you like to be regulated and disciplined. If you're a Sudra, you want to serve. You don't have, you just want to serve the other classes. And when you're, this is just, you can't even do that properly now because everybody wants to be bigger, better, and more than everybody else. So it's a big friggin' mess. Even Prabhupada said, you cannot perfectly do this now. He tried to establish something, but it's, so what do we have now? Oh, we have people that are not even really sannyasis as sannyasis. Oh, look how great that worked. We have gurus who are not really gurus. Look how great that worked. Brahmins who are not even Brahmins. You can't overcome Kali Yuga with such a weak method. This works, doesn't it? Like a charm. Look at River. Little lady hooked on the machine, got prema bhakti. She can read these things with ecstatic symptoms. She can chant the holy name. And look at Lalita. Oh boy, man. Look at Johan, my God. Look at so many. I got to get a list here. I got to read. I'll just read the list. It's just increasing. Okay. Boy, the more I think about this, the more committed I get to this path here and to these great devotees, man. Can you imagine? I'm so fortunate I get the association of Prema Bhaktas. My God, you guys are missing out. Why should I get all the mercy? My God, I got Prema Bhaktas. They think about me, and give me their good well wishes, and this could be for you too. Why should I get all the wealth, man? Why not? Let's pass it around. Get River, giving you some good classes and inspiring, sharing her, the truth that works and what got her to Prema. Lalita also and Johan. They all know the path, man. They went in the door. They're the shepherd now. You want to get into the grace, man. You want to roll in the grace. Okay, go ahead, River.
When the Lord saw the water pots of full Ganga water neatly arranged in rows, he was very pleased. He inquired about this from Srivas Pandit, who brings the Ganga water daily. Srivas Pandit replied, Dukhi, the maidservant, Dukhi, the maidservant, brings them daily. The Lord said, then you all should remain here, Sukhi, happy, instead of Dukhi, which means sad. The name Dukhi is not for befitting her. The name Dukhi is not befitting her. I think Sukhi is the most appropriate name for her. The devotees were moved to tears upon seeing the unlimited mercy of the Lord upon this poor maidservant.
See, people's spiritual life begins with the tears. That's Bhakti Lata Bij. Prabhupada said, cultivation of spiritual life begins when tears begin to flow, when you're worshiping Krishna. See, that means that's your beginning of your real happiness in this world. See? And sadness, when this comes up in people, this, you notice the devotees here, a lot of sadness comes up. This is your dookiness. This is dookie means sad. But that sadness transforms into blissful happiness, when the tears come. Okay? So the tears welling up in Dookie's eyes. So now she received the result of this praying, this devotion, and this increases into various symptoms. First the crying comes, you cry for a long time, and then maybe start laughing, choking up, and then all these beautiful things when you're in touch with God. That's what it's meant to. We were just meant to have that meeting, and devotional service causes the meeting, and then our happiness is in that meeting. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
From that time, they began to call her Sukhi, and Srivas Pandit also stopped regarding and treating her like a maidservant. This illustrates that one can easily attain Krishna's lotus feet by loving devotional service to him. One cannot avoid the jaws of death merely by shaving one's head as a mark of renunciation. Material knowledge, high birth, beauty, and wealth are useless if not used for the satisfaction of Krishna with pure devotional attachment.
See how important the devotional attachment is? See how the Lord's showing the pastimes? Simply by associating with real devotees who have tears in their eyes and laugh like madmen or madwomen, all this Dookie, her became happy, attained the highest perfection, saved her from going from one end of the universe to another one, the other side of it, doing this path, that path, and all these different things. And the Lord's teaching, we're teaching like the Lord. We're taking these verses and explaining them, making them more clear so that even the most fallen persons, like many of these gurus, the most fallen persons, what makes you the most fallen person is simply not understanding real Krishna consciousness. And where the real path is, you're really fallen. You're a real fallen soul. I don't care what position you got. If you can't understand what is so plainly obvious here, and you can't, because you got to hear a devotee's, inspired to preach this. Otherwise, you don't know. They don't know. They read these books. They don't know, and it's not by renunciation that they can't attain Krishna, but Narayan Raj was teaching all about renunciation. They don't know that it's not by austerity you can attain it. No, Narayan Raj and all of them are still teaching about austerity and renunciation to attain Krishna. No, it's simply like what Dookie did to become happy. She found real devotees who have tears in their eyes. You world, listen, man, you found real devotees with real tears in their eyes and real holy laughter. What you're reading in a book is here now again, and you can get it too. You can go through your sadness, and you'll probably be sad for a while, because it's sad to leave your mundane misery, man. You've been with it a long time, and it's sad, man. You're attached to that mundane, miserable life you had. It's sad. It's going, man. It served me, well, not very well, but it was something. You can leave that. See, this is the path. Dookie found real devotees, and she served in that association. She associated with tears came spontaneously to her eyes, and she became happy, just like the devotees here. What you read in that book is here also again. Revival time. So what is the difficulty? What's the problem? The path is here again, right? The greatest thing, Lord Caitanya came once every 4,320,000,000 lifetimes, every 28, on the 28th Divya Yuga. That's one Kali Yuga to a Satya Yuga cycle, 27 times, and on the 28th he came. So he came already, and he's gone or unmanifest. He's basically gone for everybody because they don't think about him. So, but how, you see, just by meeting his representative in the world, you get it again, man, the same opportunity. Hey, right here, people coming here, come on, man, stick with us. You'll see that this is the most intelligent thing you can ever do in your whole life. In many millions of lifetimes. Don't let Maya trick you. Stick with this. You know, there ain't nothing better than this. You'll see for yourself. You know, don't you see? You know, if anybody says they believe in the scriptures, why wouldn't you believe this word? This is as the scriptures really are. This is what your gurus could never tell you. The pure and simple truth that we are experiencing, that we're experiencing Vaishnavas. See, what is in the book is in our lives. It's all tattooed all over our spiritual bodies. Forever. See, it's so obvious. Can you see how obvious the real path is and how simply it's preached by example? How it's being preached by example here? Don't tears appear in our eyes? Don't more symptoms than that? No wonder that you guys see a big smile on these people's faces. Hey, this is true happiness, is to come back to the Lord, man. We're all prodigal sons and daughters, man. You know, you look at this, that ISKCON devotee. She says, I go to ISKCON, I still feel like an orphan. Hallelujah. You realize, hey, man, the cheese ain't there. It's religion. The cheese is here. You want cheese, little mouse? Come eat this cheese and you'll become a lion. Yeah. Go ahead there, Guru.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord, incarnated to play the part of an ideal personality, and thereby all his actions conform exactly to the Vedic injunctions.
See, ideal, he came to be an ideal personality. What is that? Ideal, he says it's not by renunciation and austerities and all this stuff you become an ideal personality. The Lord wants to give that being an ideal personality as a gift to everybody. Here, take me. Let me give you myself, and you become the ideal personality. You're the ideal for people. You're the Suki, the Dookie that became Suki. See, now you're the ideal personality for people. You're going to make them happy. They're going to follow your path and very quickly get prema bhakti like you. Otherwise not. That's the ideal personality, is the person that is the path. You know, to the ideal, the ideal, the ideal, the greatest idea, the greatest conception is God, is the Lord, is intimacy with God. Intimate relationship established again. That's the greatest ideal, the greatest goal, the greatest perfection. And that's right here. People are attaining, they're jumping right into the kingdom of God, man, very easily. More easily than when Jesus was giving it. Oh, they had the, you know, they had the, it was more difficult. Yeah. Here, look at, very easily you're getting a more clear truth than is being preached by the Christians, because they got that one book. It's been chopped up by all the editors. Can you imagine our books after 2,000 years, what they're going to be like? Come on, man. That's why a living devotee has to always come again. The Prabhupada had to write the books, right? Translate the books. Also make sure that everything was clean in there. Yeah, go ahead there. Hey, how about Lolita? You read a little. Take off there a little bit. You read a little bit. We'll get everybody a chance here. Thank you there, River. That's great. We'll come
Uh,
back to you.
Where were you, Sri Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord? Yamuna?
She's looking.
Such blessings. It's just the second sentence on that paragraph. Sri Chaitanya, the
Okay,
Supreme.
I can see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glories, glories to you. Thank you for your prem. Thank you for Krishna's prem. Thank you for the teachings, for everything, for letting me read now. Such blessings are bestowed by the Lord upon the maidservant Duki, are never received by those who who are blinded by false pride. One may only.
See, you can't get this from the false pride. This is why a lot of people in religion, in Vaishnava religion, they're blinded by false pride. This is why you have to. This is part of our breaking it. They got to see there's something uncommon going on here, and they will, if they look over here. This is uncommon. See, you can. That's why they don't get this love of God, because they're blinded by false pride. Something's got to break it. That's called conclusive truth and reality. That's why I have to preach. I have to preach the books as they are. They have to. That breaks the pride, because if they admit, like, God, why do they know? They're just simple people over there. Look at it. They don't even wear dhotis or neck beads or anything. Why do they know more than we do? About why do they have the mercy that we can't even get? See? Well, it's just because that's the way the Lord does it. It's just, you have to understand his pastimes, like that. The Father, when Lord Chaitanya said, is your son your father, or is your father your son? And the Father said, no, our son is my spiritual father, because your mercy was first upon him. So ISKCON, Gaudimath, and Gaudiya Smriti have to see where the mercy is first upon somebody. And that's where you get it. That's why you get it first, because you come here and they don't. Even though they renounced and blinded by renunciation and the false pride of it, they don't get it, because they still think that's the path. But it's wrong. This is the path. The mercy is here. See, the mercy is, and all they have to do is come and get the mercy, and otherwise the pride just blinds them, and they die covered. That was what Jesus told the Pharisees. The guy at the well got healed, but they didn't. He said, because you don't accept. He knows he's blind. He admits it. See, he knows he needs a spiritual master, a real one. You don't. See, these gurus, they're just pretending to be spiritual masters and saviors. And their disciples, they don't know any better. They think they are the saviors. So, when the Lord comes, he often comes as a very low, he empowers a very lowly person, like a carpenter, and whoever takes their shelter, because he's really working there and really giving out blessings, you get the healing you're looking for. See, healing, basically the disease of birth and death. Don't think about these other things, so much. Physical healings. That may or may not be there, but it's the healing, the disease of birth and death. Like River's body, her spiritual body is healed. She's free of the cycle of birth and death. No more, none of this bullshit anymore. What would you rather have, River? Your physical body healed or your spiritual body healed? See, now you don't have to come back and do this again, or you're fallen bad associated, whoever knows what, might come back as a dog or something, you know. It's with people who they don't know. Depends on the modes that you invite. Yeah. So that's it, man. They're blinded by false pride, and if they will just understand that and realize, whoa, God, you know, look at this, look at
They
the
would be
mercy.
here.
Yeah, you know, that's what some of the oh, go ahead. No, well, let me. That's what the at the Pentecost. At the Pentecost, the Pharisees, they saw the disciples of Jesus when they became apostles. They saw the transcendental nature manifesting on them, the Holy Spirit, and it convinced some of them. What do we need to do to be saved? See, so you need to approach the devotees like you guys are witnesses. See? And they have to approach you and say, what do we need to do to be saved like that? Saved here means becoming an associated with Lord Chaitanya. If you're a real associate of Lord Chaitanya, I don't care what you are materially. You could be a beggar or a big sannyasi, but you're going to laugh and cry and choke up. That means the Lord has chosen you to live in your temple now. Again, he trusts you. He sees you want him. You want this relationship. See, so he gives it, and he's given it here. And if he's given it somewhere else, okay, wonderful. That means that place is honest. That place is real. That's where the Lord's really working on this level. Otherwise, he's working in some other levels in the modes, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. Who knows? You know? For devotees, it's like, who cares? You know about that? You know. This is what people need to care about this. This is your best interest. This is the best wealth, man. This is the highest perfection of life, is just to be able to chant this name and relish that grace of communion. You to feel and experience this is God, this chanting. This, now you have a friend forever. What is Narada Muni doing? He's going through the universe, chanting perpetually. See, he never gets bored either. Isn't that interesting? Why is he not bored of chanting the name? All he does is chant the name. Sing the name, chant the name.
It's always new and fresh. That's why.
Yeah. So that's what we have here. That's what you can get here. Otherwise, everybody, I tell you, you gurus, you're going to be bored of being a guru eventually. You're going to get bored because everything is boring in this world. That's why everybody, they're bored of travel. They travel here and there. I'm already bored of travel. I don't need to go here and there. It's all the same thing now. I mean, I'll do because of the weather, and you know, because I don't like to sweat all the time. The heat's starting to come. If you got the means, it's nice to kind of, you know, move along, little doggy, you know, and go to the mountains, which we'll probably be doing soon. It's getting hot here. But you're not going to look for, like, maybe happiness is somewhere else. You know? Haridas, when you become qualified, you can basically sit in a cave if that's your desire, and you'll always go deeper and be more fascinated and more interested. You're just sitting in a cave. Now that's renunciation. When you're able to chant the Hare Krishna mantra in ecstasy, and if that's your thing, you'll know. The Lord will inspire you. You know, you'll be inspired. Oh, yeah, let's go and sit in the cave for a while and chant. That's what Hari does. One day he just says, hey, man, you know, Lord, I think I want to just sit in the cave and chant your name. You know, it's really nice. He had the approval. The Lord says, yeah, I approve it. Go sit. And he goes and sits in the cave. You can't imitate that. See, the people, when they came to Prabhupada, they tried to imitate that. Oh, yeah, let's be the highest thing, a renunciator. You can't do that. You know? Yeah. See, I can say, I just don't want to do that. I like doing this. I like meeting people. I'm Ghost in a Nandi type. I like to meet people, talk to me. I like to talk to people in the world, you know. It's beneficial. Krishna likes it, isn't he? He wants to go and he likes to carouse a little bit. Why? What do I have to fear? I have nothing to fear anymore. I can carouse with the most darkest persons in the world. I feel kind of like you could become like Lord Shiva. Shiva can go to crematoriums. He can do this. I can go to movies. I tell you what I see in the movies. I see Krishna, right? I use it for preaching. Krishna, we're happy. We sit and watch a movie together. He shows me stuff, and it's great. I have an eternal companion. This is what I want to share with people in the world. It's so fantastic to have this.
Yeah.
We're all built for this perfection. Ultimately, you just got to be in the right place with the right person at the right time that they're there, and stick with it for a while and get purified. And then this is the highest perfection, is just to have God as your friend, man, forever. Where you feel it, not just, oh, God's my friend in the scriptures. He's in the book, but he's not in here. When he's in here, then you get the lion stuff. See, like Tarzan had Jane, right? See, even the movies remind me of Krishna. I can't get away from this guy. Everywhere I look, he's there now. How would you like to have a life like that? Everything you look at reminds you. Why do you think Jesus, he was looking at everything and he was making analogies about God? The kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. I mean, he came at probably the same thing. The mosquito is he has like a jug and a flying machine, and all. This is what you get to be a real devotee. Nobody can preach like a real devotee. They just have these things, everything they see. I'm telling you, man, this is the place, and you don't have to be perfect. I'm just a fool. There's nothing. The Lord came here for us fools. He said, just take the mercy when I'm giving it, man. I'm giving it through this Sunday here. Not even Acharya Dev with all his studies and all that stuff can give a class like this to really inspire people. Inspire their bhakti. That's the main thing. And he had to study for all that. All I do is study the name, I just study the name, and the Lord has given himself. He wants to give himself to people, but you just got to be with him where he's doing it. You got to go where those he's given himself, those who have received the mercy can give the mercy. It's like a chain link. See, they're the chain to link you through all the way. If you're not in that chain, see, we're in the chain. This is disciplic line. We're in the real chain. These other gurus, if you're not have that ecstatic mercy of the Lord, what the Lord came to give, you're not linked yet. You're not in the real parampara. See, that's why Bhaktisiddhanta said we're a Shiksha parampara, not a Diksha one, because there's a lot of mundane Diksha disciples, and Bhaktisiddhanta would not acknowledge them. He only acknowledged those who had ecstatic devotion. But what are they doing now? Because they're not like Bhaktisiddhanta. They're not like Prabhupada. They're not like Gorkashore Das Babaji. They make it a mundane disciplic line with mundane gurus as head of them. So they're not in the real line. But do you see me preaching like that? No, I preach Shiksha line. Hey man, how can you know that Gaur Hari Das is in the line? He doesn't have some official anything? Well, it's his heart. Can you see his heart is dedicated to the line? You see, is my heart dedicated to Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna and conclusive truth? It's like that. That's the real line. Where did the real line, like Gorkashore Das Babaji, who was he? Nobody even knows who his real guru is. What about Jagannath Das Babaji? He's in the line too, right? He was just nobody. He lived for 132 years. His guru was dead long time ago. Nobody even knows. Never talked about it. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I'm pretty sure they don't know. But the thing is, no, but Bhaktivinoda said, you're in the line, man. He was dedicated to Lord Chaitanya. He had the ecstatic grace of God. See, that's the real line. I don't care if it's a sutra, man. Doesn't matter. Is that person really in touch with Lord Chaitanya? In touch? Is he touched by Lord Chaitanya's transcendental hand? Is he touching Lord Chaitanya's limbs? This is a limb of Lord Chaitanya, his limb. Radha and Krishna. His body. This is his body, is chanting the holy name. Hearing, chanting. You notice? See, limbs of body. His body. Limb is a body part. See, 9 process of devotional service. Are you in touch with the limb of the Lord? Okay. Well, prove it. See, people, they can't. Unless they're really in touch. That's why we have a really easy standard, man. I don't need a big checklist or write a big book on Guru Tattva. No, where's the person who has these symptoms that I'm reading in the book? Yeah. Go ahead, Lalita. You know.
Okay. One may only imagine the extent of the Lord's divine grace upon Srivas Pandita when even his servants and may
See how it works? Come right through the servants. Because Srivas Pandit was a real devotee, a recipient of the mercy of love of Krishna, love of God, love of Lord Chaitanya, very intimate friend. All his servants were easily liberated. See, servants, what do? Servants means, that's the whole point of having a disciple, is to keep you close. You stick with it. You stay around the devotee, right? It's servants, even in the world. The Srivas had a tailor who was a servant, and he was a beef eater. Beef eater. Listen, you Vaidis out there. He was a beef eater. And he saw darshan of the Lord. And he jumped up and said, I have seen. Became truly happy. And the Lord says, first you got to be a vegetarian. No, you're a servant of my devotee. You're sewing clothes and you like my devotee, your friendly relation. Let me just give you myself. I'm kind of like that in Kali Yuga, man. Nobody really knows me except probably Gora Haridas and a few others here. They don't know my nature, my magnanimous nature. That's why I preach his magnanimity. Did Narayan Raj preach his magnanimity? No. He preached, to attain, he's hard to attain many lifetimes before prema, and I teach the way the Lord taught. Why? Because I have that Lord, man. That Lord is my life and soul. And he said, just give me to whoever will receive me. Just like he did then. He said, just like I did then, you do it again. As my approval, full approval. Doing exactly what I want you to do, man. Just give out the mercy. Yeah, just show people that you're Lord Chaitanya's grace place and they will get the grace coming there. And not anywhere else that I've seen. Not this kind of grace. Well, you want the grace of here you go, man. Chant 1 lakh a day or 16 rounds and follow all these programs, man. Do this hard deity worship and just renounce, austere, fast. And if you fast, if you break that fast, you feel guilty. You don't chant your rounds, feel guilty and ashamed of yourself, and you must do that. You want that path? Well, go here. Have at it, man. That's called religion, man. You know, that's when you don't have a savior manifested in this world with a message. All I'm doing, I'm just a savior, just delivers a message. Simple carpenter delivered God's message to you. This simple, real estate guy that was the last job I had, probably. No, Uber driver. This little Uber driver is just delivering a message. Hey man, Lord Chaitanya wants to give his grace here to you. If you will come and associate with these devotees who have this grace already, you will get it too so easily. That's the message, man. Lord Chaitanya's love of God and prema bhakti is revived as a gift again. That's the message. Who will listen? I don't believe it, and I'm going to go many lifetimes before I get prema because my Guru Dev said so. And whatever he says, I believe, and I'm going to do. Oh, you're giving prema now? I don't believe it. Even though people are having prema here, I'm still not going to believe it because I'm blinded by pride and renunciation and everything my Guru taught me how to attain Krishna. And you're just saying you can just get it as a gift, like the book says. I don't believe it. I'm a really logical person. I'm a really smart person. You say you can get prema like the book declares? I don't believe it because my Guru said something different, that you can't get prema like the book says. Therefore, I believe his preaching, which is obviously not very smart from this side of the vision. You see what I'm talking about, anybody out there? How people preach the wrong thing. And when you preach the right thing, you get the desired result because this is pleasing. Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Lord Chaitanya. Oh, boy, you're really telling them like it is. Wow, you're telling them the grace is really here because you got the grace and you're showing them how to get the grace so easily. Wow, this is so fantastic. Prabhupada's saying the same thing. Yeah, they're all doing backflips in Vrindavan, twirling the rods around and really happy. Wow, they're actually preaching real Krishna consciousness. They're jumping in really, well, boy, it's a real revival. Let's have a celebrate. Let's pop the cork off the champagne now. It's a real revival again. That's what's going on now in Vrindavan. Fun in there. Somebody's preaching now. Okay, man. You know, Prabhupada set the stage now. Now they're dancing on that stage. They set the foundation of the house. Now they're doing the finishing work. You see, everything is about Krishna. I can't get away from that guy.
That's true.
I can look at a refrigerator. It reminds me of, I got a refrigerator here. Here's a refrigerator, man. We have, that's the refrigerator is like people. Krishna is on ice, you know, he's cold. Needs to warm up, man. Need to open the refrigerator. See, we open the refrigerator and thaw out Krishna. You ever these refrigerators, Krishna's in there shivering. What do you think? He says, you know, with Madhavinda Puri, he says, I'm out there in the jungle. I'm shivering because of the cold, man. Take me out of the refrigerator, man. So that's what we do here. We're taking your Krishna out of the refrigerator, warm him up a little bit, heat him up. Bring him to body temperature. See, body temperature, everything, man. Body temperature is you know, when the body is frozen, man, it's frozen. Your spiritual body is frozen, man. You gotta heat it up a little bit, you know. Put some fire, you know, baptism by fire stuff, you know. Fire it up, man. Warm it up, man. Get it unthawed out, so that you can, you know, it moves. Otherwise, it's frozen, man. Krishna's in there, frozen. Nobody likes eating frozen food. You got to warm it up, and then you can eat Krishna, man. It's great, man. It's warm, man. You know, it's like people eat steak. They want to. A lot of people blood red. I want a blood red. You know, yeah. Well, look, Krishna's like that. He's the meat, man. He's the person you want to eat. See, we warm that the spiritual body up, and you'll have your equipment to eat Krishna. Eat his name, man. I'm eating Krishna all the time. This is eating Krishna. Getting a belly full, man. See, this is how Krishna's stored, by the way. You see, there's a belly too. I mean, everything here in this world is about Krishna. Even the belly is about Krishna. Here, when the person is chanting, you're storing Krishna in your transcendental belly, man. He doesn't forget any of this service. I'm telling you, man, he said that to Advaita. Advaita said, you know, I can't, you know, they're all crying for you and I don't have any. He says, listen, don't you see? I see all your service. I stored it in my belly, man. See, we're all in his belly, actually. It's truth. We're all in his navel. You know? He's storing all our service in his belly, his transcendental belly, man. And he says, you know how you never get, you know, if we get addicted to food, you always want to eat more food, right? And more food, you know? You get food. This is the same thing. Get addicted to this. You got to need more food. Krishna, you say, I want more food. Feed me more, man. And Krishna becomes your baby, man. Then babies, you think, why? What do I have? I have no time for babies. I need to feed this baby, man. The baby demands a lot more attention. See? That's how you become a Mother Yashoda, because you realize, man, I have no time. I need a transcendental baby. I mean, I don't have time to serve a mundane baby. Got to be transcendental baby. Be Krishna baby, right? Lalita knows, being a grandmother, and Janaki also. So you got to turn the family into transcendental babies, literally. Like Janaki turns her. She's got a Radhe baby. See Radha, got a little Radhe there. Likes to chant and watch my puppet shows.
Wow, yeah,
Go ahead, Lalita, read on.
Oh my God. One may only imagine the extent of the Lord's divine grace upon Srivaspatita, when even his servants and maidservants were so fortunate.
That's we have that here. That Christian guy. Did you see the video of these lights in the sky last night? Yeah, that was some kind of miracle. That was not that. It was an uncommon thing. I never seen anything like that. And so anyway, Christian was there, and he said, yeah, I says, I can't, something about like, I just would love to know what's going on in river. It's like, what this is, attractive to see, a devotee chanting in ecstasy. See, people like that, that's the Raganuga qualification. If you're like that, that means you want. You see, you're qualified to associate with us. That's the only qualification. You can be a bozo. If you devotees out there or anybody understood, you can be greater than the greatest personalities in this world. And you won't even think that you want to be great, but you will be greater than Donald Trump, Biden, any of these movie stars. In the eyes of God and his real devotees. See, they're not an illusion. See, we're not in illusion. We know what real greatness is. See? We know what real greatness is. Real greatness is not a big false ego and people identifying with it. And even though they have thousands of people, oh, Trump waved the flag. Trump, you're so fantastic. He's not fantastic in the eyes of God and the devotees. He's just identified with a false ego. I mean, he's a servant on the level in the modes, like everybody else, less intelligent. Will Smith and all these guys in the limelight and everything, they're not great until you become a devotee. That's true greatness in this world. You world have a chance for that. Otherwise, you guys, you're just peons, most of you out there, and you're going to die a peon. And you're all going to be glorifying your presidents who right now, these people, they just want to kill you. That's all they're doing. It's just medically murdering people. That's all they're doing. And that's what you're going to get. That's your reciprocation for having faith in them. You come here, you're going to be great in the eyes of God and his real awakened, enlightened persons. You're going to have real intelligence. Look at this, proof of this. Gaur Das, he's just a fool, just a guy with a t-shirt on. Oh, first time I wore a regular shirt. Oh, okay. So yeah, there's nothing special. See? But you'll be, in the eyes of the Lord, you'll be special. In the eyes, that's good enough. It was good enough for Jesus. Jesus said, you guys are just people pleasers. You're pleasing fools and rascals and false ego, false guys, It's all false, everything you do, and you're all looking for their praise. How foolish. I'm just interested in the praise of God. I just do what God loves, and God disloves the truth. He was dedicated to the truth. Hari, I'm dedicated to the truth. The truth is God is fantastic, man. His name is the most wonderful thing in the world. Easy access to him. the association of devotees here is eternal, is the beginning of your eternal life. And you come here for a while, you'll see you got no better friends than this. These associates you're going to see in your next life. The others won't. If they're mundane, which most are, you won't see them. They'll just have another body and you'll just be in another mode. See? We're in the devotional mode, right? The divine mode. This is all eternal here. Everything is spiritual here. What do we talk about? Spiritual things. Even the refrigerator is spiritualized. People don't know you can become the greatness that you envision, that you want, that you have to work so hard for, to try to attain, and maybe you get it and everything is very easily attained here, but real. See, you're interested in reality and not illusion. Oh, I want to be famous. Like these guys, they come up here, I get these messages. Oh, you want to buy followers. See, that's how you have to do. You have to buy them off. See, how do? You got to buy them with money. You got to buy them with lies. That's how they buy followers now. They have masses. They just lie to them. Oh yeah, we're going to give you this, and they don't. But people believe liars, so they go and follow liars. This is why the masses follow people in illusion. Oh, they come to Krishna consciousness, right? Or they come to religion to get God. And they say, oh yes, we'll give you God, but they're liars. They can't give you God. None of these gurus in ISKCON can give you God. Even Narayan Raj couldn't even give you Krishna. Even he said, I'm sorry, I can't give you Krishna. I'm not going to give you Krishna. I'm so merciful that I'm not going to give you Krishna. You're not going to get him in this life. And I've seen with my own eyes, not even one has Krishna. Has Krishna is having symptoms like you see here. Symptoms that you read in the book and then you see in reality. I read the book, I read the books, and I experienced the books, and then I go over into Narayan Raj group, I didn't see what I read in the books. What's going on here? They're saying Raganuga, she went also crying in school. Where's the crying? Come on, man, what the hell's going on? They give you nada, they can't give you rada. Yeah, so that's kind of where it is. I mean, that's why it's, if you at least if you come here, you can see things as they are, because we talk about things as they are. And the whole thing is everybody's talking about things as they aren't, and you believe it, and you're illusioned and weakened. There's no conclusive truth in ISKCON. You have to be, first of all, a real guru to give conclusive understanding of all these other tattvas. You have to be linked in the link. Are you a link in this transcendental chain? Do we see all the way back? See, the books are showing you all the way back to Lord Caitanya. Are the same symptoms in Lord Caitanya and Nityananda and their followers in you? Otherwise, you're not linking anybody. See, you're in a part of the illusion. There's so many people doing that. They come in their clothes, and when I was in Radhakund, in ISKCON, or in Vrindavan, they come with their rings and their nice silk, dhotis or whatever they're wearing, and say, we're Goswamis. We're going to link you to Lord Caitanya. But they got no ecstasy. What kind of link are you? Where's the ecstatic link, man? Where's that electricity? No electricity. Where is it in Jaipataka? Where is that electricity that's here in Radhanath? Where is that electricity? Where is the laughing, crying? Where's the tears pouring out of their eyes and the bliss choking up? Where is that? Nowhere to be seen. Not even sometimes. So, hey man, if you know things as they are, you get the right result, man. Oh wow, let's go to the chain link. Even in crypto, they have a coin called chain link. It links you to everything else. Okay? That's what we got here. We're linked to the disciplic succession, which does what? It links us to everything else. It links Krishna to everything else. ourselves. It links to every Krishna, to everything we see. Now we're linked up, right? We're this called, we're saved. But not just saved in liberation. We're saved by the way the Lord saved people, by becoming an associate, eternal associate of the Lord in the highest perfection, being given as a gift. My God, you're not going to get a better deal than this world. Okay? If you come here, you'll see, boy, what do I say? Thinking erratically, irresponsibly, stupidly. Why was I carrying on all these stupid thoughts? Well, don't worry about it. Everybody does. Come here, we have plenty of erasers. This book is an eraser of your record in the material world. You're here, you're going to be set free spiritually. The door, your prison door is open here. See, what we preach here erases your record in the material world, and you're free. Free to go. Free to explore this world. Now, where are you going to get a better deal than this? Am I lying? Am I exaggerating? Am I bluffing? You're not going to get anything more real than this. We're already demonstrating this. That's how you know something works. Go ahead, Lolita, read on.
Okay. One day, as was usual, the Lord was dancing in Srivasa Pandita's house. The devotees, including Srivas, encircled the Lord. They sang, and just then, in, in the inner quarters of the house, the son of Srivas passed away due to some illness, while the ladies looked on helplessly. Outside the inner rooms, the kirtan was in full progress, and the Lord danced in ecstasy. Suddenly, the sounds of loud wailing filled the air. Srivas Pandita hurried inside the house, and he saw his son lying dead on the bed. Srivasa Pandita was a most elevated devotee, grave and knowledgeable. He quickly took charge of the situation, forbidding the ladies to lament so bitterly. He said, "You are all aware of the, of the transcendental potencies of Lord Krishna. Therefore, restrain your tears and contain the sorrow of your heart. The Lord, whose holy name is capable of purifying and elevating to the spiritual world even the most dreadful sinners, just by one simple utterance, is now personally present and, and dancing in ecstasy with his servitors, each of whom is like Brahma himself." during during such an auspicious time, if someone leaves the body, why should anyone lament? I would consider myself very fortunate if I were to have the same fate as this boy. Although you are unable to distance yourselves from the attachments of family life, you should at least stop your crying. Nobody should learn about this incident lest it raises alarms and the bliss, disturbs the bliss of the Lord in dancing. If that should happen, then I shall certainly then I shall certainly throw myself into the Ganges. These
You
words,
know, in that pastime, there's different ways people have put it in certain books. And one pastime it says, "Shut up, you crazy woman! You know, don't disturb the Lord's kirtan." So basically, that's what attachment does. It makes us actually crazy to the truth. There's no death. It's just like, Bhagavad Gita says. The truth is, the conclusive truth is Arjuna. There's no death. All you, me, and all these kings have always existed. See, that is the truth. The illusion is we become attached to the world and our sons and our daughters, and we become illusioned, and we think, oh, they're going to die, they died, or whatever, we lost them. This is illusion, and the more we progress in ecstatic worship, the more you're not affected by the lamentation of losing something material. Oh, I lost it because you're attached. You there's some kind of possessiveness. This is my son. My son. They're not your son. Nothing. Nobody belongs to anybody. We're here. We're here to relish the mellows. So the more, Srivas was demonstrating that he was a more advanced devotee. The lamentation didn't affect him, and he knew, why would I want to disturb this pastime of the Lord? He's relishing great transcendental happiness.
yeah,
See, so that is the higher thing. And otherwise, if the wife would have been in charge, if he didn't take charge, she would have came in. Lord Chaitanya, stop the dancing. Our son died. See, it would have been a big thing.
that would
You
be a
know,
big thing.
and but with devotees, it's you realize the highest truth is worshiping the Lord in this ecstatic communion. And that is the greatest pleasure of God. And it's all about pleasing God. And the devotee automatically is like, wow, I've attained the greatest pleasure by pleasing God. See? So anyway, Srivas is in that mentality. And people misunderstand because usually they're attached to their sons and daughters. And, especially if they die, they would immediately want to stop the kirtan and perform the rituals. The guy's dead, right? So, Srivas saying, oh, he's dead. So let's keep with the kirtan. This is real, How many times you get Lord Chaitanya dancing in your room? Can you imagine the Lord being affected? Because he's connected to everybody. People are dying all the time, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's in everybody. He's in the sun's body, and there's billions of people dying, but he's still sitting there dancing in that form. See? So would you want to be on the same page with the Lord, or you want to be like everybody else, lamenting over that which is unlamentable? But anyway, you can't just do this artificially. You have to be around devotees and advance to that point.
Grow in that.
Yeah, you got to grow like the wife had to grow. There's a lot it shows you the Lord was so kind, he came to people that were not so liberated. See, and they grew from these experiences by this association. Just like here, the Lord is coming to us and associating, and we're growing. This is really, what we're doing here is uncommon, man. It's no wonder our classes go so long. It's a pastime of God, man. This is a very special time. Man, this is a really special time, man. Go ahead, Lalita.
These words had a sobering effect on the women. They stopped crying. As Srivasa Pandita went back to join the kirtan, he was soon half Thai. In the
See,
way,
this is how you stop. You have to see the devotees are here to manifest conclusive truth. So they do that by ecstatic worship and by preaching the truth. And it stops the cycle of birth and death for people who hear it. Even subjectively, the emanation is purifying the planet. The vibration purifies the planet and the universe, actually. Demigods also, they come and listen. Why not? There's no space here. Really, this space is it's filled. It's filled with living entities everywhere. Different dimensions, dimensions. So these beings also, a lot of them are interdimensional. They can, do things. We're already finding out they can do things, for real. They're these, especially the lizards. They seem to create these portals, and they go in and out of the portals. Yeah, lights. Yeah, go ahead there.
He went back to join the Kirtan. He was soon heft high in the waves of divine bliss generated by the Kirtan and the presence of the Lord. The deep knowledge and devotion of Srivasa Pandita. The deep knowledge and devotion of Srivasa Pandita is very exalted, very exalted and rare. Such indeed are.
It's greatly what?
It's very exalted.
Exalted. Oh,
Exalted, sorry.
yeah, you see, the knowledge and the devotion with these feelings, and the knowledge you get with it is greatly exalted. I mean, this is we need these are the important. To forget about associating with Trump, come to this Sangha. We got devotees here that are greatly exalted in the eyes of God because of this knowledge that God has given them and this ecstasy that God has given, Krishna has given them. So if you want to go around, be around important people, you should actually come here. I mean, I'm just telling you the truth. This is where the most important persons I've found go. I went to Vrindavan. I didn't find any people more important than here. I didn't find it in the Narayan Raj group or the Garadakun Babajis. These people here in the eyes of the Lord are more important, and show it and demonstrate it. Not this thing, oh yeah, we have it, but we don't show it thing. They actually have it and they show it. They have the power to show it. And they have the knowledge to show that they have it. They have that confirms all these things. They have the knowledge that are in the books. You actually get it as it is. Am I telling you as it isn't or as it is? I'm just explaining it as it is. This is what the world needs. This is what ISKCON needs. You want to get above religion? Come here, and above religion you go, because you'll be in the truth. Having speculation keeps you in religion level, because they're all speculating. They can't get off the ground. With speculation keeps you in religion. We are off the ground, man. We're flying now. We're flying, floating, zooming, all these great words. Speedboat to the spiritual world. You're taking a ferry, man. Slow boat. Who knows if you'll make it or not? The storm might come and knock your boat over. Who the hell knows? Here, we just zoom there while the weather is good, right? And every day the weather is good. We just zoom into Vrindavan, man. We're there. Man. Chant the Lord's name and he comes. We meet. He's zooming towards us and we're zooming towards him. They're in the ferry, man. Vaidhi Bhaktas, man. Sitting there. Well, maybe we'll get to Vrindavan soon. Yeah. All you need is real knowledge, conclusive truth, and ecstatic worship. That's all here, man. We have all the ingredients for the worship of the transcendental deity. They got all these external things. They got the water connection. They have to build a huge temple, make big deities they got to get people. They got to make a bigger deity every year, So the bigger is better. So let's go to this temple because they got the big deity there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not going to be the one where they have the little tiny one. They got the big deity. They got the big deity without the bigness. See, we got the big deity here. The real one. See, the big bhakti, big ecstatic devotion, and big knowledge, big information and understanding, very big. Don't be bewildered by big stuff out there, big external. You know, I'll tell you, I went to an ISKCON. I was in France. I was in France. No, Italy. Bhagavan was in the, he was the guru over there, man. And so I never met Bhagavan, and so I'm outside the mansion. See, he has to have big stuff, man. Everything was big with him. And the first thing I see was a big picture of this big guy, huge picture on the wall, like a mural. Bhagavan there. I thought, wow, he must be a big guy. Big picture, right? Big guy. Everything was big to him. Janaki probably knows that he's kind of a flamboyant guy. Big, you know. So I go in there and he's just a little short guy. Like Prabhupada. Little short
He
guy.
was bigger than Prabhupada.
He was big with him, man. He had a big table. You know, one of those tables you see with rich people must. It was like huge. It went like from like huge, like at least 20 foot, 30 maybe. Big, a lot of every devotee sitting there, and all kinds of opulent food. See, everything has to be big. See, he's the big guru, man. Because look at the big picture. Look at the big table. Look at the big feast. Look at three. It was 3 types of ice cream, not just cake, ice cream cakes. Everything was big.
A little bhakti.
And well, probably no bhakti.
No, of course, yeah, no.
This is the world. That's why they made big temple attract people.
Yeah.
Of course, Prabhupada wanted, but still, this is the idea: attract a bunch of people. Oh, they're into bigness.
Mm.
See, but
Yeah.
what is really big in the eyes of God? Big bhakti and big conclusive understanding. That's big. See, and it can come through a small fry. Can come through a donkey, like the Bible came through a donkey. Big knowledge, real knowledge. Look through the dog of Shamananda. What's his name? Shivananda Sain. They started chanting the Hare Krishna mantra in ecstasy. See, that's true knowledge. Okay, you know what? I have to go. I have to take some prescribed activity here. Thank you very much, everybody.
It's okay, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll continue this again
Yeah, we know
and
that.
again and again and again.
Thank you.
Okay, Haribo, everybody. Thank you, audience out there. Let's see what's going on here. Boy, a lot of comments here. What are you doing? You know, what are you doing on this thing, man? See, that's why I don't put you up here. You know? Oh, see, River, yeah. See, that's what you do that, and you see what he does right off the bat. You know? Rascal. He's a rascal, man. You can't give him that.
But he loves the fact that you do that with him. It makes him even more. The fact that
It
you
makes him
do
worse.
it.
Hit him over the head with
Encourage
it. No.
it. It gets encouraged. Because he was doing that with that's a
Krishna!
it's Krishna with the
Krishna's big
flute.
lingam!
It was given by Martin, the last PA. He gave that to me. And Kuna's just doing those things, and you
This
know,
guy, man.
I didn't know we were live. I didn't know.
he didn't know.
I didn't know.
I turned it on to him, so it's my fault. I apologize.
Yeah, you're part of the culprits there.
I didn't know he was going to do that though.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know about him. It's spontaneous.
I don't even know about me.
Yeah. So that little Radha is so adorable. Talented singer. Yeah. Boy, a lot of comments here. My God, how many comments do you guys leave?
It's all me, Maharaj. No one else is saying anything except me.
He's not talking about you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to end the stream. Thank you very much, everybody.
Stay away from the lights, Maharaj. Stay away from the lights.